It has happened. An 8-part series set in Bengal that does not go on and on about Durga Puja, Shada Shari Lal Par, or Roshogulla. Not even in one of the episodes. Neeraj Pandey's Khaki the Bengal chapter is a gripping enough cop thriller, or rather gangster thriller, to binge watch. But honestly, is it worth all the hype? The Netflix show's opening theme song is quite honest in promising a different side of Calcutta and not a very different theme or story. I mean, the show is named Khaki, so it is obviously about police chasing after criminals. And if you watch the previous seasons, you will see that the theme and the story is not actually very groundbreaking. The story starts with a couple of inefficient kidnappers picking up the wrong kid. And that is not even the main problem here. The incident itself is not very critical, but it does uncover a channel that goes up to the highest offices of state politics, which itself functions on a nexus among the politicians, the police, and gangsters. It all works like a well oiled machine. Dirty money flows up, protection trickles down. The gangsters pay a huge cut to the politicians to keep them on the lap of luxury all the time, and the politicians, in return, pull the strings in the police department to ensure safety to their ground operatives. So these gundas are protected not only from the law but also from rival gundas. The boat starts to shake when an influential political leader from the ruling party brings in a clean cop to salvage their image because it was losing its shine. So there is this opposition leader, Nivedita. She's always in the news, always talking about the ruling party's corruption and their connections to the underworld. A pain in the ass. Anyway, the clean cop refuses to be a puppet of the politicians and takes it upon himself to bring back law and order in the city, which obviously ruffles feathers, and the poor guy ends up murdered by the criminals. Now, all fingers point at the ruling party, and they try to again salvage the situation, doing the only thing they know how to do, bring in another IPS to replace the murdered officer. For whatever reason, the politicians are somehow confident that the new IPS will not get any wild ideas like the previous one to go out and serve the people, do his job basically. Silly them. He obviously turns out to be an actual clean cop, and that to the trigger happy type. So once this symbiotic relation among politician, police, and criminals is broken, the rest of the story is about survival. Who among them gets to keep their authority, their power, their life? While the premise itself is not shocking, everybody knows of this nexus, right? Politician, police, and criminals, it exists everywhere. In fact, the only figment of imagination here is the clean cop who will stop at nothing to bring justice. And the approach that this show takes is already taken by Khaki before, of building villains as proper three-dimensional characters with a rich backstory. The following are the things that I really did like. First, it is set in my city, so I obviously have a bias. Lol. Second, it breaks the stereotype that Calcutta is home to sweet stuffing, Robindra Sangeet singing pushovers who are not built for aggression. Why do people keep forgetting Calcutta's knack for student politics, Kothai Kothai protests, and the on and off rage against police? All that sugar makes us aggressive, Baba. Third, the show does not talk about Durga Puja as the only indicator of Bengali culture, which is great because there are so many other things the city is known by, at least to its inhabitants. Of course, Durga Puja is the biggest tourist pull, and speaking about it would overshadow all other things shown. For example, you wouldn't care about Shahid Minar or the Howrah Bridge or Howrah, the district in itself. There's Victoria Memorial and Prinsep Ghat. I was at Prinsep Ghat a couple of months ago, and I'll tell you that place gives me such creeps because of all these pillars which make it look like the perfect spot for a crime. Well, what do you know? Neeraj Pandey also thinks the same. Fourth is the authenticity in representation. Apart from your Bengali speaking crowd, Calcutta is home to a large section of Marwaris, Gujaratis, and people of Chinese descent. And a lot of people outside Calcutta, even within West Bengal, don't happen to know that. And these people, they are not just visitors who are there for work. They've been calling the city their home for generations. The language used in the series is also quite authentic. It may confuse you a little bit at first because what is Ranjit saying? Is it Hindi? Is it Bhojpuri? Is it Bengali? No, my friend. Introducing Kalkatia. God knows where it's come from, but this patchwork colloquial is used by a lot of people to communicate, especially by the Changras. Then there are the other attention to details, and I'm not talking about the physical resemblance of certain characters to certain real life people. That's standard now. I'm talking about the jhalmuri eating kidnappers, the obsession with football, especially the Brazil team, that unsightly half moon hairstyle which 2002 Ronaldo or Ronaldinho used to sport. I'm sorry, I don't know the name, I don't follow football. And the show even shows Asia's largest red light area. Haki has a cast that does not disappoint. Shashwata Chatterjee as the crime lord Bagha, Proshenjit as the corrupt politician, Parumbroto as the first clean cop. These guys are flawless, you know that already. Then there are the standout performances. Ritik Bhomik and Adil Khan are exceptional. Ritvik's talent has been evident since his Bandish Bandit days, and thankfully, his dedication to his craft has remained consistent. Adil Khan came as a surprise. I don't think he has starred in any major show or movie before this, at least none that I know of. Also, that's not his picture on IMDb, is it? Adil tries his best to nail the Calcutta accent, and I wonder how much better his performance would be if his attention was not focused on getting the curries and bolis correct. Now, coming to the main guy, Jeet. Calcutta loves Jeet. He has featured in a range of Bengali movies since the early 2000s that sometimes have the exact same name as Bollywood movies or the exact same story as South Indian hits. If Khaki needed a star in the lead role who had some connect with Bengal, Jeet was definitely the right pick. But how well does he perform in this particular show? Let's say it's not one of his best works. And when you have talents like Shashwata Chatterjee and Porumbrotho in the same show, the difference is very difficult to ignore. Somehow Jeet is stone faced, and this is all the more evident because of the numerous close up shots. Even Chitrangada is less frozen, despite that overdone upper lip. If Jeet's overall performance is wooden, I mean, his eyes do the talking, but the rest of his facial muscles are silent like a graveyard in most scenes. He is even more uncomfortable and unnatural in scenes with Soumya and Khushi. It's funny, he looks more comfortable in the company of criminals than in the company of his friends and family. Hey, remember Mimo? He has a significant role in the show and he's actually quite comfortable in the action scenes. But the rest of the times, he is still. Khaki is a well paced cop thriller that will keep you engaged if you haven't seen its previous seasons. Then it's pretty much the same thing. More than a cat and mouse chase between the police and the criminals, it is a mouse and mouse chase where one criminal is warring with another or with the politician who was backing them. The most crucial action, in fact, that the people in Khaki took was to devise a plan to break this nexus. The show is worth a watch despite its drawbacks. Like it does not delve into China's backstory or Borun Roy's history or why his bodyguards were so useless or why the future CM of West Bengal cannot pronounce Kolkata. Give it a go for some great performances, and you also get to see some new spots in the city. You also get a glimpse of the city's obsession with biryani, and you also get to pick some beautiful poetic words like damn na. And most importantly, you understand that even if a city looks really pretty, it does have skeletons in its closet. I am Jessica. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel for more.